adventure of 3D mini golf there. Let's go take a pick in the strategy here. Here we got going on here. We got this wonderful little game called Five or More. Let's see what we got going on here. Was this guy here? All right, so a few things kind of coming up here, and this is stuff that always really interests me. Um, is learning about the companies and where this stuff's kind of coming from here. These are people whose lives have just staked everything on this shitty software. And there, this is always so weird to me. Is they make a lot of other software typically too that's not games. You know, it's a lot of business and office software. They're trying to make a living off of making a lot of this software that's going to be distributed widely and picked up by a lot of businesses there. Um, so it's always interesting to me to hear their backstory, their history. Some I have no clue about. Um, Midstream Incorporated there. I might go take a look at what's going on, especially because it looks like they have a website. Might be something I can kind of go look up here. Gamesatmidstream.com. Might be something I can kind of take a peek at there. Um, a lot of places aren't going to respond to me. Domain might just be gone. Midstream looks like it's probably got picked up by somebody else. It looks like a pretty popular name. Um, they got a website we can kind of go visit there. I wonder where that's going to bring us there. $10 says, yep, just fucking gone, forbidden. So I'll take a look at that in the future, see what's kind of going on with that, see if there's anything of note there. I'll just with most things here, assume all is just DOA until assume otherwise. So this game looks like it's functioning pretty well here. One of those games I don't really remember playing a lot when I was younger. I honestly have no fucking clue about how to play this or what's going on. I guess I'll just click somewhere. Can I click on the smiley face? Yes, but it's glowing. Maybe ooh, okay. Um, I guess maybe I can move the. Can I click it? Okay. Um, 5 or more. I'm going to assume that means match of 5 or more up. Um, that's just the fucking game. Let me see if that theory is correct here. Maybe it's 5 in a row here. That could be a part of the novelty of the game. Ooh, yep. Okay, so five in a row. We'll make a line and clear it off your board. It looks like here, and that's the name of the game there. So this must be like signaling like what's coming down the pipeline next or something. Interesting. Yep. So okay. So those are the ones that are getting deployed next there. I'm sure this will go fairly quickly here because I'm in no position to be winning any of this ever. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, so maybe the smiley faces are like wild cards there. Okay. So as you can see, this is a pretty simplistic game here. Meant to entertain Miss Barber over at the fucking service desk there while she's doing her fucking paperwork, or says she is there. That's who these things are geared towards. Is pretty simplistic office computers. I think that's probably the main thing I'm trying to get at there. Is it's not so much like the people behind it, but more so of the hardware that was there. Very simplistic, very early on, very rudimentary. These things got to be able to run with the barest of bones there, typically in those environments there, and doesn't look like I'm getting anywhere here. Let's just fill her up, see where we go. Doesn't sound right, but this game's not right. But you can see how developing this pretty simple software here is endeavor for some people who just find it pretty simplistic to just put something like this together. I mean, when I was in college, I used to have assignments kind of like this, just tossing small little programs together, or some shit like that, and it was pretty fun learning how these mechanics go. But I was able to toss those together pretty quickly, and even more so today. This guy probably coded this shit out by hand here painstakingly, but we could just pick up a template somewhere just work off of that. Not so much copying the work, but you have the framework there ready to work off of it. And a lot of these guys just didn't have it. They just did it from scratch there. Oops, game is over. Yes, it is. My high score. Come on. Awesome, awesome. Guess there's 3 levels to this here. I'm probably not going to play any more of this because this seems like a real fucking shitty game. This looks absolutely just terrible. Just looking through the options. I always like to kind of see what's kind of going on there. What are the high scores? Shapes. Ooh, got some different shapes here. Interesting. That's the circles. So it's a little variation there. Other than that, nothing else really kind of going on. Expert, I'm sure, is just, yeah, a ridiculous amount of them in there. Usually help doesn't have a whole lot kind of going on there. Yeah, again, it just redirects me to website there. Don't want that. Rules. Let me just kind of see what that's got going on. It's all trying to reference me basically to HTML pages, and because it doesn't know where it is, it's going to keep bringing me to a fucking like not found or just to a default page. So none of that shit's going to work at all, unfortunately. There, even the ordering information, which is usually what I'm going to be looking at for contact info, it's going to have nothing for me. It's just lost. That's funny. Place secure credit card order. Yeah, and let me just see if it brings me anywhere here. Yes, it's just dead. So I might have to go see if it's got anything kind of stored in the Wayback Machine there I can go off of. Same thing with these guys here. Yep, and so this is where they want to do that whole registration process. Oh, we can convert this over to a full one here. I have to ask you, really, what else are you gonna get out of this fucking shit here? It's so rudimentary. I wouldn't even pay $1 for this. I wouldn't. I truly would not. I mean, even back in the 90s, I just. But this is how a lot of them kind of made their deal there. But at the same time, it's what contributed a lot to the .com crash. There's just that mentality of, I can crank this out. I can do this. I can start my own little internet business up, make a web page, and off we go. I'll be the next Yahoo. Blah blah blah. Everybody's very allured by it, and then we see a lot of that going on here. That was just what we kind of saw there before. I might go off of some of this here, and doing a little exploring, but yep, that's 5 or more. Compiled. I think this is awesome information here. March 11th, 1997. Looks like he did it at about 9:35 p.m. that night, and he compiled it. So he must have been pretty proud of himself to put that little date stamp there. But honestly, he should have buried this with the rest of his trash. A bit. See if I can kind of pull it up here. If you're playing it like more than a few times here, it gets a little finicky on you. Tells you it's not a free share software here. Commercial product, distributed shareware, and it's kind of giving you a whole little spiel on it there. Brings up its whole ordering info, things like that, which is also great. I might kind of show you guys where that company is and stuff like that in a later episode there. But if I go to kind of quit now on it, actually, let me see if I can kind of bring it up here because it gets triggered in a very specific way. It's like if I go to register it, don't want to register it, kind of go to about, stuff like that, and go to close out of it. That's interesting. Wonder if I had to. Wish I had taken a picture of it now because basically it's kind of giving me a rundown of all the reasons why I should go and buy it there. Let me see if I can get it to trigger here. Yeah, it's doing all that there. I can't get it to trigger for whatever reason there. It was basically like, hey, buy now. Here are all the perks of it here. If you buy, you don't have to have us nagging at you or anything like that there. And it's pretty much all I kind of do there. A bunch of little quirky things here. Try. No, nothing. Interesting. Huh, well, if I find it, maybe I'll take a screenshot, include it in another video. But just wanted to bring that up, show that a little bit for you. Like fours close out of it. It looks like to get this to come up. Interesting little trigger. It needs to have that happen. But I think it's funny. Just want to show you. Just look what you are missing by not ordering this here. No more nag screams and score limits. Bonus intermediate playing level. In just case you needed a fourth boring ass fucking mode to play on here. Instant registration via email. I'm sure that's amazing. Discounts on business cards and 007 software, which is interesting. I haven't heard of their 007 software, so that's interesting a little bit. I gotta go down. Bonus Brain Cubes game for Windows. I gotta look into that because I wonder if that's another something or other that they kind of facilitated here. And hey, it's just $19.95, including lifetime free upgrades. Really makes me wonder about what the fuck they plan to upgrade on this fantastic steaming dump that they call a game here. Um, you know, even games nowadays falter was that there. That's basically what they're saying is, 25 years ahead of its time in terms of patching a fucking game over and over and over for lifetime free upgrades. I'm sure it was just another version or something, but you could just tell this is like a one guy team writing this stuff up for like a 5-person company, just trying to fucking win it, man. But I thought it was a interesting little thing I was able to bring up here. I wanted to show you guys. Have more time to move on here. That was just too much fun. In casino, we got Acme cards here. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Keeps you as so I'm blow this guy up here. Just a green playing mat here. This is going to be a recurring theme you kind of see with a lot of the casino games here. They're well, perfectly nondescript. Let's put it that way. And DSFV, I'm not really too sure what that stands for. Might be something like a card terminology. I'm just blissfully unaware of there. Might be something out for a company. Let me kind of just first check out about Acme here. That's what I'm kind of curious about. Looks like they've cut their own window off there. Interesting. They've straight up just started typing outside of the box. 1995, and I think it's interesting because this was basically released 2 years before Total Arcade '98. Total Arcade '98, as far as I know, doesn't have any games for or excuse me, from the year '98 or um, anywhere in that year, I should say. And everything's before '97. Typically, you will see a good amount of '97 games as we've seen, but a lot of them are kind of from before that time there. I think some of them don't even have timestamps on them for the dates there. But in this case, version 3.0. So they've iterated a couple times there. In this case, it does look like it's made by one guy here, Keith Wesley. Acme is made in Australia. The game Acme is made in Australia. Distributed as free software, which is interesting. He's not even going with the shareware concept. It's more so of he's just kind of giving it away or taking donations or anything like that there. And this looks like it was made even for Windows NT, which is an interesting little side thing. That's the guy right before '95 there. The one I was kind of complaining about, one of the previous videos about how you just have to click everywhere through the folder structure. That would just drive me mad. I can't even think about that right now. So that's kind of who made this game here, Acme. I'm sure this is just going to read this bullshit website. Failed to launch help. He couldn't even handle that request. How to play? Okay, even that's pretty bad there. They're probably trying to kind of redirect you to a source that used to live. I gotta look this up because I'm pretty sure I know what they're trying to kind of go to when they're doing that. It's not. I don't think it's supposed to go to a web page actually with some of these. I think it's supposed to go to like a Windows feature, like a help feature. Regardless, it's going to be pointless because it's the same fucking thing for every program, which always boggled my mind was old games like that. There, just you want help? Come on here. I'll give you an index. Give you the Windows operating system index. Great help, guys. Great help. Anyways, let's start a game here. Change player. I don't want to change player, but it looks like I have to. So, that's what that means up there. It's just the player. Okay. Josh. Okay. Let's deal. What do we got here? Ooh, okay. Um, I guess I don't really know what kind of game we're playing here. Interesting. So okay, I'll say yes to that. I guess it wants me to play a card here. Computer's telling me no. So let me take a joker and a king and play those. Um, Interesting. I literally have no clue what's going on right now. It's not going to really give me a way to play this game here. It's like I can only take like the first couple where I can. It's really strange. It looks like you're supposed to get rid of your cards from on top. You can't. Um, I'll be honest, I have no clue. Some people are already winning. I guess I assume that's how you win the game. Oof, man, I got no clue. Okay, looks like I've lost. I can't play. Doesn't let me click on anything. I have no clue what just happened there. It looks like it's a game where you have to get rid of your hands. Whether you were matching up or it was pattern matching, whatever it was, I have no clue. And honestly, I'm not going to bother. That was pretty mind numbing to say the least there. Um, that is what this card game is. There's nothing else to it. This is going to be a lot of the casino games. Again, single guy working on the stuff, cobbling something together. God bless this guy's heart here. Um, Keith Wesley, I'm sure he spent a lot of time on this piece of crap, but it's pretty much what all these efforts are. It's just a single guy trying to kind of slap something together, get something out there. In this case, he gave it away for free, which is very interesting to me. I guess it's probably not too unusual. If anything, the most unusual thing is the fact he's doing it in Australia, in 1995. Probably, a good 3 years ahead of his country in terms of what he's had access to or he's doing. And still getting on the internet and getting shit out there. I guess I shouldn't deride the Aussies there. They're probably more advanced than most fucking countries in that area. But regardless, it's a stellar effort on Scott's part there. I don't really think there's really anything else to go over. My stats of that shit game we played here. Can change the cards, and what's interesting is he actually just stole is from fucking solitaire. Again, he probably didn't have the resources. He just took what he could from good old Microsoft themselves there. Always love that card back. That's all that's there. Clear statistics. That's pretty much all there is to this piece of crap here. So yeah, that's Acme cards for you. Time to move on. The kids category. Got this game Aliens here. Let's see if we can try and run it here. Ooh, okay. So this is kind of what we're going to start running into a lot here. It's not it's not only 32-bit, it's fucking 16-bit, right? And this is where we're going to kind of run into a lot of issues. Um, Honestly, it might even run into issues on the 98 VM there. Hopefully, I can kind of get this guy up and running on there. Um, and really, if I kind of just delve into the photo structure of this sucker here. Let me see if I can go. Actually, I got the repository right here. If I kind of delve into it here, and I'll kind of do another episode later about this stuff here. This is basically just every single file on there. Let me first try and get out of this W aliens name. You can tell it doesn't know how to dynamically link those libraries there. Or there's sharing or network protection area. It's not those. It's just not able to do that linkage. It's missing things there because it's not. It can't find any of the infrastructure on the PC to run a 16-bit program. Um, and so this is where it is kind of in the structure itself. I come in here sometimes to try and see if I can get some things running. You guys might see me be able to do that at some point there. It's not going to be the case here. When it gives me a message like this that the app can't run your PC, it's straight up just like there's no way for us to even like reconcile what the fuck it is that we're dealing with there to even try and kind of give you any response as to what's what we can cobble together for you there. Um, you know, you go online was that problem. But oh yeah, go in here and just excuse me, run it in compatibility mode, Windows 95. Excuse me, while an option here, it's not going to matter with 16-bit. It's not a an OS compatibility um, question. It's a matter of it doesn't know what to do. Is that just the 16 bits here? So I'm not going to be able to go anything further with aliens here. So let me kind of go boot it up on the VM. See what we got going on there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at aliens here in the Windows 98 VM, since it just did not want to run at all on the Windows 10 OS. So, and that was mainly because of it being a 16-bit game there. It just didn't know how to read it at all. If you go kind of reference back that error, it doesn't really have a way to process what's going on there, which is going to be a whole different story on this VM. Windows 98 is going to be able to kind of take that and register it there. So let's take a look at what it's got for us there. Use my mouse cursor here because it's on our VM. Things are pretty wonky. Well, okay, so beautiful little mug there. Gotta love that. Looks like this guy's name is Mark Tebeka there. Aliens. Pretty typical alien story there. This guy looks very proud of that. To kind of have his ooh, there you go, a little bit, a couple of things there. He seems pretty experienced. Palo Alto, California. SpaceBBS.com. All right, all right. It's got a couple things for me to check out there. Always pretty interesting in regards to that there. Oh, he's got a little demo going of this too. You can tell it was the Windows 98 VM. It's a little jittery, but you know what? It's running. I'll take it. We're able to get this sucker going. It seems like a pretty interesting game. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. It's starting out pretty fast here. Let's I have almost no chance here was between the jitteriness and this shitty old game here, so I wonder if I'm just supposed to avoid those and yeah, kill the aliens. It's gonna be quite an endeavor here. Oh god. Ooh, I think I got destroyed there. Looks like I'm on level 2 here, so whatever that means for me. I honestly don't know how much more of this I can take. This is pretty bad. I mean, this is not edge but you know, I'm dying pretty quick. Look, I got a budgie. That's interesting. I might have just killed him. I don't know. But I made it to 4 or 5. He's big and quiet. Shoot something we got. Ooh, here we go. I'll see. Jesus, it's crazy. Okay, now I'm out of loss. Thank God. I was prepared for that. Okay. It's just programmed to go in there. And I got advice. I don't really want to game. I want to kind of take a look at some of the options here. Now, we don't really have any sounds, but it did not like me clicking that. Huh. Let's try that again. Oh, so I see. It's just a check mark there. I wonder if it's like trying to kind of output sound, but it's not really kind of getting anything. I think since the game's running, it's running things a lot slower there. Let's see here. Please send $10 if you like and use this game. 2661 Emerson Street, Palo Alto, California. Well, you know, let's you know, we're all done with the game. Let's take a look at where this man lives here, or used to live. 2661 Emerson Street. See the other one. Sorry, it's going through a couple levels of emulation here, so it doesn't know what to do with me. There we go. Yeah, let's just take a look at where this wonderful game of Aliens was created here. I always think it's very interesting to see, where a lot of these shareware devs kind of came from here. Google is taking a sweet, sweet time today. Wow. I need. Okay, there we go. Looks like a little suburban area. I always figure those are the places where you're gonna be most bored. You're gonna want to get something creative. 'Cause nothing else going on back in the '90s. A lot of that suburban Western life. Dude, I'm sorry I even chose Chrome. This is just absolutely just taking forever. All right, maybe I'll close that. Keep it here. All right, a little faster for us. God forgive me for even using TeamViewer whatsoever here. Give me a second, guys. Just need to kill his fire, apparently. It finally took care of it. Oh my goodness. What cancer? Holy shit, look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, enough of that fun there. Anyways, I kind of want to just take a look at the street view here. There we go. So 2661. Let me, not to snoop on people's fucking houses here, but this is for a scientific reason here, guys. So let's keep that in mind. 2661. I feel like sorry, 2640 now. All right, we're going the other way. I gotta head this way down the street. All right, 2663. Let's see what side the odds are on here. Oh, that's 2661. All right, so that little lovely Aliens game was made and created in this fucking shitty ass house here in Palo Alto, California. Obviously, probably some different people living there now. This thing was captured in 2015, but and in fact, this might very well be two houses. I think this house on the left is where this guy lived and created that fucking piece of shit game. So um, there you guys have it there, 1996, 97, in this house right here, that game Aliens was created, and that was his fucking crowning achievement, I bet there. So looked like he was big on the BBS board, so probably an early internet adopter here. Um, doesn't surprise me, in this um, neighborhood in California. Again, living in the suburbs, looks like a pretty nice place, pretty quiet to sit and develop. So I never really expect people to be living in huge places in the shareware community. This is just kind of people were able to crank things out singularly. So um, always interesting to see where things were developed and created from. Just these pretty humble beginnings that people had there. So yeah, that's Aliens for